All right, this is 1.2 notes. So we're combining like terms here. So first we're looking at what are our like terms. So this is saying we have 7 x's, and we're subtracting 5, and we're adding 4x. So variables with terms first we have a 7x, the negative 5x. Always bring that operation from the left with the term, and we have a positive 4x. Constants terms. These are the terms that don't have variables. So that's a positive 3. So positive 3, positive 8, and a negative 1. Coefficients. Coefficients are numbers next to the variables. So 7, negative 5, and 4. So you can simplify an algebraic expression by combining like terms. This means to combine common variable terms and constant terms. So we're going to simplify this problem. So we have 7 x's, and we subtract 5 x's, and I don't see any other term with just an x in it. So I have 7x minus 5x is 2x. 7 minus 5 is 2. So we have 7x minus 5x. We have positive 3. So a constant term, so we're looking at terms that have just numbers, no letters, no variables. So 3 plus 8 is 11, minus 1 is 10, so we have plus 10. And then lastly, we have 4xy's minus 6xy's is a negative 2xy's. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. And I see one other term that we haven't done anything with. So let's take a look at that. We have a positive y. So that's a positive 1y. I don't see any other terms that have just y's, so it's a positive y. And there's our final answer. So working out these examples, if you want to take a break or work these out, or pause me right now, and then I'll come back with the answer. So. All right, 3x plus 6x. 3x's plus 6x's is 9x. 9a minus 10a is a negative 1a. 7m minus 5m, like terms, is 2m. And subtracting 6. 9 plus 5 is 14. Always bring that addition with it. And then minus 6w, so it's a negative 6w. All right, looking at the next one, we have 5x plus or minus 1x, so that's 4x, plus 3, 7x. We have 7y plus 2y is a 9y. (26a minus 4a is 22a. Positive 2b plus 10b is 12b. Next, 7p minus 9p is a negative 2p. And negative 1 plus 5 is 4. We have 5h in number 8 plus 7h is 12h. Negative 6 minus 8 is negative 14. On the next page, so we're working with exponents. Terms with the same exponents or a combination of variables and exponents are considered like terms. When combined, be sure not to change their exponents. So the way I say about this, we have 8c squareds, and we're subtracting 7c squared. So 8 minus 7 is 1. So we have 1c squared. And then we're adding 16 more. That's going to be 17 total c squareds. The coefficient is just talking about how many of those terms you have, how many of those variables you have, variables and exponents. So next one, we have 8k squared minus 2k squared is 6k squared. 8k squared minus 2 of them, you get 6 left. We have a negative 1k minus 5k is a negative 6k, and then plus 7, adding 7. Next we have negative 4a squared b's, and we're adding 10 a squared b's. Those are exact same variables with the exponents on the same exact variables. So that's 6a squared b's, and then the 7 is left over. This is the constant term. Next, we have x squared, no other x squared terms, so it's just x squared. We have positive 2xy minus 7yx. xy and xy and yx are exactly the same. They're just by the commutative property of multiplication. So that's a negative. So you have 2 minus 7 is negative 5. And I'm going to write xy, or you could write yx, either one. And then in the end here, we at the very last, we have a positive 4y squared. And those are no like terms there, and that's it. All right, number 13, we have a squared. That's 1a squared minus 4a squared. 1 minus 4 is negative 3a squareds. And we have positive 6a squared b. I see an a squared b, so that's minus 12a squared b. And I know the terms are switched around, but that's okay. Or the variables. And we have 6 minus 12 is negative 6a squared b. Number 14, we have 4x squared y, x squared y, x squared y, minus 3x squared y is 1x squared y. If you just put x squared y, that's great. Looking at our next like terms, we have a 2xy squared plus 8xy squared, so that's 10xy squareds. And we have a constant negative 7 minus 6 is a negative 13. Let me make sure that's a negative. Yeah, it is. So negative 13. Looking at 15 through 18, we have perimeter. Perimeter means add up the outsides, so we're looking at the outside perimeter, the outside lengths of each figure. So we have 2x plus 1, add x, adding 3x. When you're adding, you don't need to actually have the parentheses there. The parentheses, when you're adding x, that's the same thing as x, so you're adding x, and we're adding 3x. So I'm dropping the parentheses. There's no need for them. There's nothing like term or order of operations is still exactly the same. So we have 2x plus 1 more x is 3x plus 3x is 6x plus 1. Number 16, we are looking at our like terms here. 17 minus a plus 4ab plus 5a minus 1. Looking at our like terms, we have 17 minus 1, 16. We have negative 1a plus 5a is 4a. And then lastly, positive 4ab. And that's the final answer. All right, next one we have a rectangle. So a rectangle means that all or two of the sides are exactly the same. So we have adding up the outsides. It doesn't matter the order you add them in. 3y minus 5 plus y plus 2 plus 3y minus 5 plus y plus 2. Get our like terms together. 3y plus 1y is 4y plus another 3y is 7y plus another y is 8y's. Constant terms, negative 5 plus 2 is a negative 3 minus 5 is a negative 8 plus 2 is a negative 6, or subtract 6. Number 18, I'm going to write down below so I have more room. So we have k squared minus 9k plus 23 plus k squared plus k plus 2k squared minus 17 plus k squared plus k. let's get our like terms together. So I have 1k squared plus another k squared, so that's 2k squareds, plus 2 more k squareds is 4k squared, plus another k squared is 5k squareds. And we have negative 9k plus k is negative 8k, plus another k is negative 7k. Lastly, we have a positive 23, subtract 17 is 6. All right, please come, if you have any questions, please come to class, and thank you.